Hey everybody, so in this video we'll be writing a program to print this pattern of Z, and it can be for any number, right? Like here it's for 5 stars, right? Here we are printing Z with 5 stars here, right? So we'll take any input, it can be 6 or 7 or anything, and the program will print a pattern of, right? So before writing the program, let's get the idea of approaching it. All right, so first things first, we can print these two lines using a simple loop, right? So if I start a for loop, right, with from I till n, where n is number of stars, right, and I plus plus, and if I print star, right, so if let's say n is equals to 5, it will print 5 stars, right? And if I repeat this twice, it will print two lines of stars, right? Five times. So whatever complication we have in the middle, right? This part. Now, so let's see how we'll approach this. So for that, we need one more loop, actually two more loops, but it will be nested inside each other, right? So once I'm done with the first line, if I pay attention to the next line, I need to print 3 spaces and then a star, and then I can move on to the next line. So after printing 3 blanks and then a star, I'll move to the next line. Here I'll print 2 blanks and then 1 star, and then 1 blank and 1 star, and then here this loop will take over, right? So after the first loop, when we after printing the first line, when we move to the next line, so we need 2 loops here, right? One which will move from this first level to the next level, and another one which will move across each level, right? So let's write the outer loop. We'll take I variable for the outer loop. So I equals to 1, I less than equals to n minus 2, right? Why n minus 2? Because there are 5 stars, and because for 5 stars there are only 3 levels, right? 1, 1, 2, and 3, right? Because for the rest two levels we have already printed the stars for them, right? So we are left with only 3 levels. So for 5 stars, that means when n is 5, the number of levels we need to move is 3. So that means the loop will start from 1 and it will end at n minus 2, right? Now across the level, I need to write, now to move across the level, I need to write one more loop. So for j equals to 1 till j less than equals to. So at the second level, there are 3 blank spaces and 1 star, right? So we want to print 3. So for when number of stars is 5, we are printing 3 blank spaces, right? So that is 2 and 1 star, right? So it will move through 3 blank spaces, that is 5 minus 2, right? And then at the fourth one it will print a star, and then the second one, and in the next level it will again move through 2 blank spaces and then 1 star, right? So j will be equal to, so j will move from 1 to less than equal to n minus I minus 1, right? This n minus I part is for the blank spaces, right? And this, why this minus 1? Because after printing this blank space, we have to print a star also. Because after this blank space, we have to print a star also, right? So if I dry run this, so 5 minus 2. So 5, n is 5 minus I is equals to 1 and then minus 1. So that will be equal to 3, right? So which will be the, so j will move from j equals to 1 to j less than equals to 3, right? And j plus plus. Okay. And print f blank space, right? And after this loop is done, so between this loop, so after this loop ends, right before this first loop bracket will print F star, right? So from 1 to 3, it will, so from 1 to 3, j is equals to 1 to 3, it will print a blank space. And after it's done, it will print a star, right? So the next time when j is equals to 2, let's say, so for the next iteration when j is equals to 2, right, it will move from 2 to 3, right? So it will move. So how many iterations? Only 2 iterations, right? For 2, it will print one blank space, and after that it will again go back to the master loop where I will increment to 2, right? And j will move from 1 to n minus I minus 1, that, and n is 5 minus 2 minus 1. So that is from j is equals to 1 to 2. Okay, so that means only 2 iterations. So for 2 iteration, it will print a blank space, right? And after printing these blank space, it will print the star, right? And again it will go to the master loop. I will be equal to 3, right? And j will move from 1 to 5 minus 3 minus 1, that is 1. So only one iteration, right? So it will print just one blank here, right? And right after that it will, and once it's done, it will print this blank star. It will print this star, right? Because only one iteration in this loop. After that a star, and then again it moves to the master loop. And so by that time, so next time I is equals to 4, which is not less than n minus 2. What's the value of n minus 2 here right now? 3. So when I is equals to 4, it is not less than 3, right? So it will exit the loop, and after that we know the last loop is to print 5 stars, right? So that's how the logic works here. So if you want to write a C program for this, hash include stdio.h int main turn 0. So I'll write it in the form of function void pattern z, let's say. All right, we'll take the size as n, right? And inside that, so like I said, I'll take 2 variables, I comma j, right? So for I equals to 1, I less than equals to n, I plus plus, it will just print the star, 5 stars, right? Or whatever the number of stars is, right? So, and after that, so I'll repeat this loop again. Between these two, I have to write the loop, right? So here for j equals to 1 till j less than equals to n minus I. Yeah. Or first here it's j equals to n minus 2. All right. And then the inside loop will be j equals to 1 and j less than equals to n minus I minus 1, right? I'll put this in brackets, and then j plus plus. All right, printf space, right? And once this loop is done, printf will print the star. Okay, and of course we need to move to the next line also, so printf slash n also to move to the next line, right? So I think the function is more or less complete. If I run this here, pattern z, and if I pass 5 inside it, it should work. Okay, where did this 1 star is alone? Okay, maybe I didn't put this next. Maybe I need to put this next line after this first loop as well. Okay, if I run this, it should work now. Yeah, it works. Okay, let's test it for 6. Okay, yeah. So, and please follow the playlist where we have discussed similar questions.